Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Bob Simmons Show. I'm Tom Dirato, and the Cowboys are 2-0 after winning this week, the home opener against Southwest Texas. And Bob, the immediate goal was to win, and that's where it is right now in the win column.
It is in the win column, Tom, and we're very fortunate to have it. I thought watching game tapes, that our defense was outstanding. Part of their goal was to end up getting a shutout, and they gave us great field position all night. Offensively, there are some areas that we really need to improve in.
Well, again, as you look at the game, coaches can nitpick here and will. That's what the first few games of the season are for. But the fact is the defense got that shutout, and they were dominating throughout.
Well, that's the positive thing of the game. You know, first game in Louisville, new turf, nobody crossed our goal line. And so
nobody got into that orange yet,
absolutely, which is very good because our defense wanted to come out and make a statement. And one of the things that we have to look at now as we go into facing Southern Miss is how much we can improve now. Not only on defense, but on offense.
Well, as usual, we have all the highlights for you. We'll get to that highlight package after this opening timeout.
For the most complete, up-to-date, and accurate information on your Oklahoma State Cowboys, your internet destination is www.okstate.com, the official athletic website of Oklahoma State University.
Quick.
We're laughing about that okstate.com right there. Neither one of us can figure out how to draw that up
That's
on
right.
a computer. But it's easy. If anybody can do it, probably you can.
No,
Okay,
I can't do it.
Cowboys, home field advantage. We've been trying to point that out as we've gone on since you've been here. 7 out of 9. Carried that out, 18 out of the last 25. A lot of orange for this game.
Yeah, Tom, that's important. I think anytime you play at home, you want to use that to your advantage. And I tell you what, the 6 years I've been here, that's the most orange I've seen all through the crowd. And that really makes a statement. You know, our defense comes down since they actually won the toss and wanted to receive. Obviously, they think their offense is a strong part of their football team, and they come out right away and based on last week's film, try to go up top. They run the option. Zach Warner does a nice job of playing his responsibilities on the defense and taking the quarterback. They come out in the next series, and I think that's Chris Carter, who probably had an outstanding ball game, came in, and I really wanted him to cause a fumble, but this is a good job of tackling the quarterback for a sack. Then we force a punt here, Tom, and what we got to do as we go back and look at film, do a better job of really staying with our guys on that punt return. But that first drive we have on offense, we do a good job. I don't know if this is the first drive or not.
It is.
But we had great field position all night long. And this is the first drive our offense did click. They put things together. Reggie White picked up where he left off last week in terms of running the ball and really running hard. We're running inside draw plays to him, and you can see he's got those feet moving, getting help from the offensive line. Here's Tim Burrows with the fullback play, and he's going inside. Nice option play, nice block by Timmy. We need Timmy to cut that guy, but Reggie with his speed and quickness. And, you know, we take that first drive, Tom, go right down the field, put points on the board, and, you know, you really look forward to your offense doing that throughout the whole ball game.
And once again, it was almost a perfect scenario. The special teams pinned them inside. They started on their own 17. Defense gets them 3 and out. The offense scores first drive.
Right.
That's exactly the way you draw it up.
Well, that's the way you want to start.
Yeah.
And start with great field position. Our defense comes back. This is level. Does a nice job of penetrating. Shows some great enthusiasm. But here's a team that wanted to try to establish the run. Our defensive front did a real good job of opening the hole for Levels to come in and make that particular loss. And now we go back, and this is what I thought we did all night in terms of that's Kevin Williams jumping up, knocking the ball down here. And I thought our secondary did a good job of tackling on crossing routes. We forced another fumble, and as you can see here, another punt fumble. Yeah. You know, Gabe, he makes one miss, and if he keeps his feet right now, he's going to take that a little bit further. But as you know, Tom, we start again in great field position.
Short field most of the night.
Short field most of the night. We decided to take it outside. Reggie do a good job of at least making that particular guy miss, getting 8 or 9 yards. We throw a nice swing pass here to Jay, and he picks up about 15 to 20. And you know, we're driving that ball right down the field. At this point in time, real good play calling, good execution, good blocking at the point of attack. Our receivers do a good job, and Jay do a good job of picking up those 15 yards. So, you know, 2 series, come back with the option here. They do a good job of defending it. we sort of bogged down right downtown in terms of really not making some of the correct calls. Here, Tony does a good job. Willie's got to come back for this ball. He just can't stand there. He's got to come back and get it. And that particular technique and drop there caused us to go for a field goal. And by the way, I thought Seth Conley was outstanding.
Well,
he's been doing a great job in those situations. As you can see here now, we start again with good field position. Reggie does a nice job of running aggressively, go back inside. He's just running through guys. And that's what I like about what Reggie and how he runs. We come back inside here. Tony goes downfield. I think this is to Marcellus. This is to Jay. We get a pass interference call, and we're right back down there in that area on the 30-yard line here. And as you can see, we get a penalty call on us, so our execution is starting to break down. But we go back and we pick up that first down, which is a good sign for the offense. A nice throw to Marcellus coming across the middle. Makes a nice catch here for an automatic first down. And, you think at this point now we're going in and put at least 7 on the board. This is 1st and goal. And we run inside to Reggie. And right now, again, this is an opportunity to score, which turns into a missed opportunity because we fumbled the ball. And that's where we got to get better. And I'm just explaining to Reggie right now that he needs to have a little bit more ball security, tuck that ball in, because that was a missed opportunity. They come back on offense. We need to contain this play a little bit more. But you can see that's a great tackle by T-Rob. He just drove right through him. We try to run the option again, and we got 3 or 4 guys around him. And that's how defense swarms. We force a punt, but they come out. No, this is not the one.
This is their punt
This
right
is their
here,
punt. Again, Gabe has too many people around him for us to have a real good punt return. Now we go back. Tony makes a nice play. We start on the 15-yard line, but in 2 plays, we'll cross the 50. Nice catch by Willie. Thought that was a face mask, but I guess it wasn't.
It looked that way from here.
But this is a nice throw by Tony. Nice concentration by Willie. Looked it right into his hands, and it really looked like that he had grabbed his face mask, but apparently he didn't.
That was our Southwest Bell play
we're
of the
right
game.
down now on the 25-yard line again. Time go back inside to Reggie. He makes a great run. You can see how he keeps those legs moving. We're on the 5-yard line now. We call a key play here, and Tony almost kept his feet and scored, but we're now on the 3-yard line again. Go back inside to Reggie. He bounces it, and they actually called a fumble there, and we stalled again. Or did we score?
No. We got the 17-0 lead.
We got the 17-0. We go in at 17-0. Probably should have been 24.
Yep.
We come back out for the second half. We went 3 plays and out on offense. I thought we were pretty flat.
This was their best drive of the night.
This is their best drive because, although the defense played well, there was some breakdowns in terms of coverages. But you can see our defense did not let them in the end zone. They're down on the 20 here. Miss sack there. This is a busted coverage. We're supposed to have him man. Those are things that we got to do better on defense. But they were determined. As you can see, Zach Haken does a nice job on the tackle here. They were determined not to let them get in the end zone. And here's Marcus. Marcus is the other guy that we thought played well on defense, and you can see his enthusiasm. And the bottom line is that we kept them out of the end zone. Go back on offense, and Reggie he runs through a tackle for about 7 yards. This is a nice option play. He breaks this for about 25 yards. I think he had
130, I believe.
130 yards, and that's 2 weeks in a row. Go back to a swing pass now. This is the Terrence Davis. He makes a nice run down the sideline. And again, we're right back down in that area where we got to put points on the board. Tony goes to our tight end, but we got to back a person in back of our tight end for a touchdown. But we're still in an area right now where I feel like that we got to execute better. If Tony stays to the outside, he'll watch film on the option. If he just keeps coming, he's going to run in the end zone. And here he goes to the 3-man side. And probably should have looked to the other side, but that stalls the offense again. Better execution of our offense, and we're going to get in the end zone. That's where we got to improve. And you can see Tim came in and gave us 3. We go for just a kick here. I know it was 4th and 2, and everybody wanted to go, but this is a great kick. He averaged, and that's what we've been doing better this year, keeping them down, pinned in. And then the responsibility of our defense is to really keep them down there. And you can see, guys, we almost had a safety. He barely got out. but our defensive front, you can see, he's been aggressive. Third down, we stop them, and again, we're going to get good field position here for probably maybe the 6th or 10th time in a row. He kicks us down to the 50. This is just a good effort on Gabe's part alone, but you can see where we're starting at. On their side, I think this is when Aso comes into the ball game and goes up top. Willie needs to hold on to the ball. You know, he got hit. We got a personal foul call on the roughing the quarterback. We take that ball back down into the probably 10-yard line. Aso scrambles here, makes a nice throw to Gabe. He steps out of bounds here. You can see we're on the 12-yard line. Again, we come up short because of our lack of execution. And then Seth comes in and do a good job, and a good win. You know, but like I said before, there's a lot of things that we can do on the offensive side just in terms of executing and make sure that we get ourselves in the right play. But the bottom line is that we got that W. Now we're looking forward to the upcoming week.
A couple of things. First of all, nothing wrong with the offense between the 30s, maybe between the 20s. That's where some of the things took place. Defensively, as active as you've seen them in a long time, the front seven. These guys were all over the place.
Very much so. You know, one of their goals going in, as we talked about, was to, when you get a team like this, is to really dominate them, not let them have anything. And I thought for the most part the defense did that all night.
And that was the goal. 2-0, that's where we are right now after 2 games. Of course, the big weekend here in Stillwater began with the 5th annual Orange Peel at Lewis Field. Another big crowd was on hand, and just in case you weren't here, we'll show you what you missed, or some of what you missed, on this week's Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance 2-minute drill.
Hi, I'm Coach Simmons, head football coach of the Oklahoma State Cowboys. On behalf of the Cowboys, I'd like to say welcome to Orange Peel.
We're here in the TV9 Forecast Center here in Oklahoma City checking out the Cowboys. They look good, baby. Cowboys look fantastic. The orange peel looks fantastic. The weather looks absolutely terrific.
My name is Seth Conley, and I'm your senior place kicker for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. And I'd like to see all these fans out here tomorrow for the game tomorrow as we beat the Bobcats. I have one more thing. I'd like the fans here to help me out. If you guys could help me find a Rachel Belvin in the stands, please. Rachel, from the first time we met and every day in between, you have made me a better man. Rachel Mary Belvin, will you honor me by giving me your hand in marriage? Will you marry me?
It was a big weekend all the way around for Seth Conley.
It was.
On and off the
nice
field.
job kicking and nice orange engagement,
That
too.
was really well for all those
First
people.
class.
You know, we mentioned the defense being active, and one of the guys who had a lot to do with that will visit with us here on the Bob Simmons Show this week. It's Zach Akin. Stay tuned.
Now it's time for the Big Time Sports Apparel Player Spotlight. Each week we feature the cowboy who typifies the big-time attitude to dig down deeper. This week's Cowboy in the Player Spotlight is Zach Akin. Congratulations, when you were big time, dig down deeper.
How about that big smile? Was that nice?
Looks like his dad, Tom.
Just because you're smiling, happy. Hey, congratulations, you guys defensively. We were talking about it before. Really stepped up last night and took over.
Yeah, I was proud of what we did. You know, one of our goals was to come out and get a shutout, and you know, obviously we achieved that.
You like the way they were active. I mean, I hear you guys preach that each and every day, but being active, and it just seemed more so, not only on the blitzes and from the linebackers, everybody had their hands in the air, keeping the offensive linemen off. Everything seemed to work pretty well.
Yeah, it did. I mean, we put a lot of pressure on them, and we didn't call a whole lot of blitzes. And, you know, Coach Cassidy called a great game, and Coach Walker and Coach Miller, you know, we had a good game plan going in, and I thought we executed to a T.
One of your captains.
One of the captains. You know, one thing about Zach that I like, that he's been consistent throughout his career. And obviously you want that in your seniors and your senior leadership. And he's the guy, when you talk about technique sound, he's done that over the last 6 years. That he's not 5. You've been here 5 years.
Feels like 6.
But our defense set the goal, like he said, and I was very pleased how they played.
One of the team leaders, and I know you're looking forward to this coming week when Southern Miss comes to town.
Right, they're a good team. You know, obviously they're nationally ranked, and they got a really good defense from what I hear, and I know they got some good players in their quarterback, a 5th-year senior, and Derek Nix is their running back. So I mean, they're a solid team. Obviously, if they played Tennessee and Alabama tough the last 2 weeks, you know, they got to be a good team.
Bob, I know you hear of these guys all the time, but walking around that field, they like that aggressive attack defensive. They like to be aggressive, and you don't hold them back.
No, nothing wrong with that, Tom. I just ask them to be smart and make plays at the point of attack. And for the most part, the defense throughout this last week game. Now, they got a challenge this week, and I think it's one where they'll get in and study film, and we know that they're coming into our home field, so I expect our defense to play well.
Zach, any final words? You got to like the way this unit's playing, especially against the run.
It's a fun. I mean, the whole scheme, you know, it started with Coach Ryan, now Coach Cassidy's running. The whole scheme is just awesome. It doesn't take the aggressiveness away and lets us get after people and not kind of read, just kind of attack people and go after them.
We appreciate you coming down on your day off. Congratulations on a big weekend and one coming up, I'm sure. We're going to come back to wrap this all up after this final timeout. We are back. A top 25 team coming in Saturday night.
A good one. You know, Southern Miss has been in the top 25 since last year. Has played the Big 12 before and played them tough. They played Nebraska last year and A&M, and so it's a program that we really respect.
Should be a heck of a ball game. Coming in at 1-1, almost beat Tennessee at Tennessee, and then just coming off a win over Alabama. Kickoff time is at 7 o'clock Saturday night, so you be sure to be there. For Bob Simmons, our entire crew here at Educational Television Services, Tom Dirato. Goodbye, everybody.